What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we have sneak peek 4 for the September update. And this sneak peek is near and dear to many of our hearts because this is the first paywall character that we ever had in Marvel Future Fight. It kind of holds a special place in the game for many of the players in here. Not to mention that Carnage here is just a very, very beloved villain. He's easily one of the best, one of my favorite villains personally in the Marvel universe. I just love this guy because he's diabolical, he's menacing, and this is one scary freaking dude when he shows up. And this trailer is pretty damn lit. So let's check it out, guys, and let's watch this. Look at what? We gotta back up. Look at this, guys. Look at him. Look at him, right? Look at the horns. Look at this. This guy looks insane. Oh my God. Like, if you're a Carnage fan, you're probably looking at this thinking, even if the uniform sucks, I'm going to buy it. Like, even if it sucks, I'll probably buy it just because the aesthetics of this thing they are off the chains, guys. Like, look at this thing. Look at the detail in this baby. Oh my God. It is like, it's awesome looking. Oh my Lord. I don't even have the right words. I don't even have the right words to describe how good it looks because I don't think awesome and gorgeous. Well, I don't know if gorgeous is really the right word, but you guys get what I mean, right? I mean, in that deviant sense and the devilish sense, it's gorgeous, right? It's wow. This thing is, it's awesome. I've honestly, I'm like speechless as far as describing how cool it is, how good it looks. I mean, he just looks menacing. He looks menacing. Like, I honestly wasn't sure if they'd be able to top what they already had in the game, which is this uniform right here. And this is a menacing looking uniform. I mean, seeing his spine, that's something else, right? But unfortunately, whenever this uniform showed up, it just didn't really impress anybody. Like, we were all like, yeah, it's okay. It's definitely a huge upgrade from what he was, obviously. But it really didn't knock our socks off. It really didn't do a whole lot for us. And that's for one, because of the way it played. It definitely was more rage friendly than anything. But another thing about the uniform is, if I can find it here, is the heal in this thing is abysmal. 10% recovery is a joke. At this day and age, and even whenever he came out, I even went back through my old videos and I was watching my original review of this character. And one of the things that I mentioned was, yeah, his survivability is a bit of an issue. He dies super, super easy. He does have decreased base damage received by 15%, but 15%, come on, Netmarble. I mean, honestly, Carnage should have like decreased damage received by 40% minimum. 30% is pushing it, but 40% would be the ideal place that he should be. I mean, they've recently done it for some symbiote characters, so hopefully they'll give him a nice decreased damage received. Hopefully they'll improve his heal. He does have accumulation in his kit, and it is nice, and he does have a nice damage proc on his tier 3, and the tier 3 is really, really cool, but Carnage needs to do more hits. He needs to have more damage. Like, these attack buffs by 35%, this needs to get buffed up. The critical rate is fine, but this needs to get buffed up tremendously, right? Also, it'd be nice if he's in iframes whenever he's doing damage. That way he'll add to his survivability in World Boss Legend, unless they end up making him a combat villain, right? Right now, Hulk is the combat villain, and I mean, Carnage here might end up replacing him right away, which is fine because Hulk still has a lot of other relevance in other game modes, so it's not really a big problem, honestly, even for a Hulk fan like myself. And the accumulation is good, you know, plus 1%, but if this was plus 1.5%, right, or 2%, I know that's not going to happen, but 2%, right? Netmarble, come on now. That would be insane. Honestly, if Carnage really deserves to be a godly character, he really does. And then there's the question that begs to be asked: is he going to get a tier 4? Well, I hope he does. I know we've gotten a lot of combat characters. I get it. We've gotten a lot of combat tier 4s. You know, we got Hulk, and now we have Venom, we have Moon Knight. But I mean, this is really a time for Carnage to shine. And I would honestly love to see him get a tier 4. Unless his tier 3 would be absolutely godly, like Kamala Khan levels. I would be pretty happy with that. I mean, obviously, but they don't usually make characters that strong. And for some reason, Netmarble, I don't know why they like to do this, but they always kind of jip the paywall characters. I mean, look what they did with, just recently with Venom, right? With Agent Venom, right? They gave him a much better uniform, but really all he's reduced to is just a leadership, right? Just the leadership because he gives the increase of physical attack, which he already had, but he gives the chain hit damage to the symbiote characters. And it does make a difference, guys. This does make a difference on some symbiote characters for sure. It does. It really does. But it don't get me wrong. Anytime a character is a good support, it's a useful investment because you're always going to use them, right? Their relevance never really dies. It's just, I think that we all wanted to see more for Agent Venom, especially how cool this uniform is. And I just hope that Carnage will be much more than that because right now, I mean, he doesn't even have a good leadership, right? All he's got is critical rate and critical damage increase. So hopefully they just make him a monster, right? Hopefully they make him what he really should be, just an absolute destroyer. I mean, judging from the aesthetics of that new uniform, but I mean, if he gets a tier 4, I personally would be very, very happy. I would love it, right? It wouldn't bother me at all. But I know some players would probably think, oh, that sucks. Or they'd be like, oh, he's a paywall. But I believe you can farm for Carnage in the Dimension missions, if I'm not mistaken. Let me take a look here and see if we can. Yeah. Yeah, there he is right there. So players do have the character, right? He's a semi-paywall character. It does suck trying to level up his uniform because then you're going to have to buy a mega uniform ticket. But if they make the character godly and what he really should be, then it would be worth it to do it. It's like whenever he got this last uniform, a lot of people bought him just for the aesthetics alone. And they were like, they played it for a little while and they're like, yeah, it's all right. It's not too bad. But, it's really nothing too special, which I hope we can change that and say, man, this thing is insane. This is an insane uniform, just amazing. It really would be nice to see Carnage come back to the glory that he was when he first showed up in the game. When he first showed up, he was an ABX meta, and I really would love to see him return to glory, even if he replaces Hulk, guys, even if he replaces my personal favorite character. It wouldn't bother me so much because Hulk still has a lot of PvP potential, and he's still really, really great or GBR, World Boss Legend, even with a CTP of Regeneration. So I'm pretty much okay with that. But guys, let me know what you think about the sneak peek for Carnage. Let me know what you think about that new uniform. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GD+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.